We live in a time where people have gone crazy and they don't know how to act in conversations, in arguments, in debates, or in conflict. Today, I want to give you 3 tips that will help you have better conversations or better debates or be better in conflict. 3 things that I guarantee if you practice, you can succeed and be better and have just a way more fruitful life coming up. What's up, everyone? My name is Reynaldo Ramos. I am with Vine Media, and we love to just point people to Jesus, and we do that with resources. We do that with tips and tricks videos, and we do that with videos like this one. And we would love for you, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, follow us, watch our videos, join us on this journey. Today, like I said, we want to talk about 3 tips. I want to give you 3 tips that I really think will help you in conversations or in conflict. Let's be real. We all have these moments, whether we're there with friends or family or our spouse or even our children, or with random people. And I see it all the time on Facebook or on Twitter, really any social media platform, where you have back and forth conversations, back and forth debates or arguments. There's so often I see people who are believers, who are supposed to be representing Christ, and they are acting a fool. They are saying things that are just bonkers and crazy. And I can't imagine, if this is what they're doing in public platforms, then what are they doing in their private life? What are they doing towards their family or their spouses? And so I just felt compelled to give these 3 tips. And I really believe that if you follow these 3 tips, you have a much easier time in conflict or in conversation. And so let's just jump straight in. Number 1 tip that I can give you for your conversations, whether they're hard or easy, number 1 tip I can give you is be quick to listen. Be quick to listen. Far too often, when we are talking with somebody or going back and forth with somebody, we are thinking about a response rather than actively listening to what they're saying. So when you're arguing with your spouse, your wife, or your husband, we're really thinking about our rebuttal rather than actually listening to the words that they're saying. Whether we are so caught up in in what we're saying and not seeing if maybe, just maybe, there's some validity in what they're saying. And even if there isn't, just actually listening to them, actually getting to the heart of what they're trying to say or what they're all about. I think we need and must, as Christ followers, be quick to listen. If we are to be imitators of Jesus, then this is, I think, how he wanted us to act, right? Be quick to listen. Listen to the words that people say. We see this in Jesus's life all the time. He actually speaks and listens to the people that no one else wants to hear. This is the heart of Jesus. And so if we are to be a true representative, an ambassador for Jesus, then we should be quick to listen. Tip number 2 in conversations to be way more fruitful and conflictive and to be more fruitful is we should be slow to speak. Slow to speak. So number 1, we are quick to listen to the words and the heart from which that person is speaking. And then we are to be slow to speak. Again, far too often we want to jump the gun. We want to win an argument, right? Because for us, the goal ends up being winning an argument, but I've heard this before. Like, we can end up winning an argument and losing a person or losing a relationship. All right. And the reality is that's not worth it. And it shouldn't be worth it for us as Christ followers, right? We need to be slow to speak. We need to think about the words that we're saying. We need to think about the implications of the words we say. And our words are powerful. How we speak to our children, how we speak to our husband and wife, how we speak to our friends, how we speak to our family, right? This matters, right? How we speak to the stranger, the person that we don't know. We should be slow to speak. So, tip number one, you should be quick to listen. Tip number two, you should be slow to speak. And if you follow me here, you could probably guess tip number three, to have way more fruitful conversations and even fruitful arguments. And that is to be slow to anger, to be slow to anger. Far too often, we allow ourselves in certain circumstances to be overcome by anger. And really, what this is, the root of this becomes a self righteousness, that it's about us. But these things are really other centered. When we start thinking about others, when we start putting others even before ourselves, and this is the way of Jesus, right? And so we need to be slow to anger, right? Like our wrath isn't bringing righteousness of God. And far too often we want to assert ourselves in a situation or in an argument or in a debate, whether it's with our family or with our spouse or with our children or with a stranger, about social issues, about politics, about religion, right? We want to assert ourselves, and we assert ourselves in anger. And the funny thing is, a lot of people are like, well, I'm not angry. Well, you're speaking angry. And the reason is because all these three things connect. The reason that's the energy you give off is because you are not being quick to listen, because you are not being slow to speak. And it seems like you are being quick to anger. And so for us as Christ followers, this should be our how we approach any sort of conversation, any sort of argument or debate or conflict. And of course, if you know, you know. If not, let me just share with you. This isn't an original idea from me. This is from Scripture. James 1:19 says, "My dear brothers and sisters, understand this: everyone, and by everyone he means everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger." I pray that you can take this and have more fruitful conversations with the people around you, that you can be hopefully a better witness for Jesus, a better ambassador of Jesus. If we can practice these things, if we can walk in these things, I think we can do a better job at showing people the love of Jesus. And instead of the mess that I see out there, the mess that I see all over social media, that is supposed to be representing Jesus and the church, and it is filled with hate, and it is filled with anger, and it is filled with trying to win and trying to be right. Let us be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. I pray this has blessed you. I pray that you can walk in this. And again, we are Vine Media. Please check out our other videos. Help us. Go to our website. Check out our store. We have a lot of merch and things as well. And we will see you next time.